Welcome to Abyssus, a Brinepunk world sitting under ruins, monsters, and mysteries waiting in the dark. Every expedition drags you deeper through flooded temples, overgrown ruins, and beautifully painted haunted catacombs as you fight your way towards the heart of the abyss. This is Checkpoint Dunion, where every game gets a taste test, and in the fryer today, we're diving headfirst in the most stylish roguelike to surface this year, Abyssus. With beautifully paced combat, puzzle-filled biomes that put little sneaky areas to get new weapons, and builds that go wilder the deeper you run, Abyssus wastes no time pulling you underneath. So grab your gear and your seasoning, let's talk gameplay and performance. Abyssus builds its gameplay around run core idea. Just like Gunfire Reborn, where it's based on the characters, this one's based on the weapon and gadgets you decide to take in. You can use a Tesla gun to zap people from distances and send out orbs to do serious amounts of AoE damage. You can use a shotgun to do a lot of single target damage up close and personal if that's your kind of gameplay. Or you can do silly things and use a fish to stab people or shoot goops of death. I had a lot of fun theory crafting with a lot of the blessings being frost, fire, spirits, gold, lightning, wind. There's so much room where you could do, and I think my favorite build that I stumbled across is this gold explosion anchor, where I would throw it and it would do so much damage over time and so many explosions to the point where I have annihilated a mini boss with no ease. And another one I tried and I didn't have too much fun, but I loved the gimmick of it, was this chainsaw fish, when I literally just looked upwards and killed a mini boss early into the run. There's so much room for theory crafting and a lot of abilities to get your build even crazier than what it should be. As you push deeper, those blessings start to get crazier, they add better benefits, and it makes that run feel quicker and wackier every single time. Between expeditions, you end up in your camp where you can decide to change your gun, you could change your gadget, and you get this beautifully easy to read linear skill tree where you can continuously increase your power and get soul fragments to re-roll to do even more theory crafting along the way. Best part with the progression, it just feels good. The puzzles when you find these new weapons, the performance never having a frame drop or issue, it just makes this game feel alive, and that's one of my favorite parts. Everything feels tight, it feels fluid. In the end, Abyssus is all about that flow. The weapon, the gadget, your blessings, to build those beautiful builds. And then when you get to the point, you could tell it just feels fast, it's flexible, and it keeps every expedition feeling fresh. Abyssus doesn't really rely on loud soundscapes or hyper stylized effects to sell its world. Instead, it leans heavily in the visual atmosphere, and that's where the game truly shines. Every biome feels handcrafted, from the abandoned temple with dripping stone ruins carved with gold accents and half swallowed by water collapsed with cracked pillars, shipwrecked debris, and scattered everywhere, to the gardens where it feels like nature completely taken over. Moss climbed stone walls, roots wrapped around structures, and lanterns hanging from branches like festival lights. The deep pools force you into narrow bridges and overgrown walkways, or the sanctuary where the darkest turn, a claustrophobic network of burial chambers lined wall to wall with skeletal remains with dame braziers cast long shadows across the chasms and flooded corridors. The game feels wonderful with it, and when you get to the Royal Abyss, it's this beautiful space-esque, like, different dimension, this white stone everywhere, making it feel a lot more beautiful than what it is. It's beautiful and haunting, and it just feels great. The visuals do a lot of the heavy lifting here. When you get to the sound design, everything feels good. The guns sound like they should, nothing sounds out of place, and nothing feels abnormally wrong, with the perfect amount of ambience that doesn't rely on music for it. And the shots that you can get inside the game are absolutely astonishing. I've enjoyed every moment of it. It's been subtle, it feels clean, and letting the visuals and the environment shape the tension builds it all. With the world and atmosphere drenched in tension, let's wrap up to the final crunch. Abyssus is a fantastic roguelike build. I enjoyed the environment, everything about it feels wonderful, from it feeling fast, stylish, and atmospheric, and endlessly replayable. It doesn't overwhelm you with complicated systems or feature creep, but instead it kind of keeps the same consistent routine that you enjoy from these kind of roguelikes. The gun and gadget system is very fantastic, giving you a different run if you decide to have something different, with everything feeling handcrafted and immersive. The systems are indeed simple, and I have no arguments for it since I enjoy something that's easy to pick up and put in absolute amounts of hours into a game. So for everything it does right, it leaves a few areas where it can grow. For that, Abyssus receives an 8 out of 10 well-seasoned rings. It's flavorful and fun, and the chaos gets crazier with a bunch of friends inside the lobby with you. This has been Checkpoint Dunion, where every game gets a taste test. Before you head out, tell me in the comments what game should be next in the fryer. I'm always hungry for the next one. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.